Rachel Garceau with the On Your Side forecast.
And unfortunately, whether you're sheep, dog, or human, there will be some muddy trails out and about over the next week or so, as we have heavy rain coming in tonight that will linger through tomorrow, and then just generally unsettled weather still for the next week or so. A very interesting setup happening right now. Boise and Ontario, we have seen temperatures drop pretty far over the last hour or so. Boise down to 57 now, some rain showers, partly cloudy but dry for the moment in Ontario. Twin Falls, sunny and 67 right now. So just some interesting weather happening. We've had some storms out there, some lightning strikes as well. Look how warm we were this afternoon. Mountain Home and Rome, Oregon touched 70 degrees today, mid 40s up in the mountains until you get over to Haley. There it was 57 degrees in Twin Falls and Burley, both pushing 70 for the high temperatures today. All of that warm air being drawn up ahead of an approaching cold front. And as the warm air that's in place now clashes with that cold air that's coming in, that's creating some instability, and things are just kind of firing up as we speak. So we have had some storms rolling through. Here's a loop from the last hour or so. Gooding, you've already seen some lightning, and it looks like if this cell right here holds together and continues on its northeasterly track, you may be in for a few more lightning strikes before the evening is done. Here's why we're just seeing a partly cloudy little icon for Ontario. On that earlier graphic, we have a dry slot right here for Ontario, Caldwell, Nampa, Melba, Homedale. However, look what's creeping across eastern Oregon. We're not out of the woods completely. We do expect more heavy rain and possibly some storms throughout the evening hours. All of it, again, courtesy of this area of low pressure and the cold front that's associated with it coming out through really tomorrow morning is when we expect the front to come through. That will really stall out our temperatures. And then what's going to happen as well is very gusty winds are going to set in behind this front. We have what's called a surface pressure gradient. It's going to really tighten up as that front comes through, and that means winds will be howling tomorrow. Man, maybe a good day to fly a kite if you're out in Ontario, Nampa, Caldwell, but you get from Boise eastward, it may be too windy to even hold on to that kite, as we're talking about 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts possible. Here's where those avalanche warnings are in place. We saw that video earlier out of Ketchum. Then we're also watching the Weiser River at Weiser and Cambridge is going to be at or near, possibly above flood stage over the next 24 hours or so, as we have the precipitation and the snow melt to deal with. And here are those wind gusts that we expect tomorrow. This is 9:30 tomorrow night. The darker the purpley red colors here, the heavier the wind gusts. So even Wednesday morning, we're going to see some temperatures down into the 30s overnight Wednesday. And then you factor in a very cold northwest wind. If you have kids that head out to the bus stop Wednesday morning, they're going to want to bundle up. I know it's spring. It may feel more like a raw winter morning. And then throughout the day Wednesday, we'll just continue to see the wind whipping. It will finally die down a little bit on Thursday, but that's also when we have more rain that will return to the forecast. So it is a very up and down kind of roller coaster ride of a forecast this week. I would just keep the umbrella on standby, and gals, for the next couple of days, don't plan on any really nice hairdos. I say it's hat and ponytail kind of weather the next 2 days. Here's your highs for tomorrow, from the upper 60s to near 70 in some spots today, to 49 for the high for Boise. 48 is all we'll see for Mountain Home, with that wind advisory going into place at 3 o'clock tomorrow and sticking around all day on Wednesday. Up in the mountains, rain and some light snow above about 5,500 feet. We could see an inch or two accumulating. McCall will start off at 34, only get to 36 tomorrow. So again, that cold front will really just stop our temperatures in their tracks. No big change from the morning to the afternoon. 34, that overnight low for Stanley, only seeing a high of 37. 42 with howling winds in Fairfield tomorrow. Some scattered showers in the morning across the region, slowly tapering off by midday. Some morning showers for the Magic Valley as well. Those wind gusts possible of 50 miles per hour. And highs only in the upper 40s after hitting the upper 60s today. So again, these are just head-spinning changes tomorrow, almost like weather whiplash, I like to call it, Dawn, because that's what it's going to feel like. And so Wednesday on the surface doesn't look that bad, right? 55. But the wind is going to kind of take your breath away, starting off at 37 Wednesday morning with some gusty winds out of the northwest.
I'm trying to find a pick day. I don't really see a pick day in that forecast.
Friday looks
maybe
okay.
Friday?
Yeah, it's just unsettled and cool for the long term. So, man, our lawns are looking good, looking nice and green.
And wet.
And very wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully you didn't plan to mow over the next couple of days.
Doesn't look